What is up, you guys? It is your boy John here from Puma Plow. Welcome back to another On the Farm. Do appreciate you guys clicking on the video. How's it going? And like I said, welcome. So today, guys, it is another hot, actually I shouldn't say it. It's not too bad. It's like, 94, 95 degrees, something like that here at the farm today, but it's still pretty warm. So got down here a little while ago and we cut the grass. Dad's out spraying along the lane, and it's just kind of one of those like chore days. So I'll take you along as I do a couple chores. I got a sprinkler I need to move, and we'll take a look at some of the pumpkins. We are not very happy with the pumpkins right now. In fact, we are kind of disappointed with the pumpkins right now, and there's not much we can do about it to save all of our plants this year. But I will show you that in a few minutes. Let's move a sprinkler, and we will talk about what we're going to try to do to address the pumpkins for next year anyway. But for right now, let's move a sprinkler, and yeah. So you guys, it has actually been so dry that we are watering the asparagus of all things. We really only water it maybe once a year or something like that. We usually don't have to worry about it, because normally it's fine. But we feel with the lack of rain that we are currently in, the asparagus could use a lot of water, or at least some water anyway. So we figured we might as well run it. We are on a well down here, so it's not like it cost us that much money to run it. I am noticing though a huge weed inside of here. We will have to get that out maybe today or later this week. It definitely needs to come out. This ground's really wet. Watered this for a while the other night and back at it again today. Holy crap. Guys. So I'm still standing here at the asparagus, obviously. And I just noticed the biggest... Well, there's a couple of them. What the heck? Whoa. Okay, I need to spray this stuff today. The biggest Japanese beetle I've ever seen. Alright. If I could step here, it's pretty wet. But look at that guy. Look at that thing. I guess that's a Japanese beetle. I don't even know. That thing is freaking ridiculous. That's a normal size one right there. You can see that one right there. That's a normal size Japanese beetle. There's kind of another big one there. This, wow. This asparagus right now, you can just hear, I can hear it. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it, but I can just hear all of them in there, like trying to fly and stuff. Wow, there's so many Japanese beetles in here. I thought we were done with them. You guys got to let me know if you ever seen a Japanese beetle that big. I'm assuming that's what that is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these great big mothers that I can see right here, and they're just stripping this asparagus clean. You can see here's one here that they have just completely cleaned. It should look like this, all ferny out. We'll have all these fines on it, you can see all the fines in here. But if you look at this one right here, see how it's all brown on the edges? That's from the beetles. That's from the beetles eating it. Alright, sprinkler's mine. I do have 100 feet of hose here. I pretty well water. Not anywhere on the farm with just 100 feet of hose, but I can do an awful lot with 100 feet of hose here on the farm. So as you guys might be able to tell, the soybeans are growing quite nicely. We did have the other night 4/10 of an inch of rain, which, yeah, it's rain, but to be honest, it's like whoopee-doo. It doesn't matter. It's not enough. So I wasn't very excited about that little bit of rain. Hence why I'm dragging a sprinkler here to water something. Alright, so we're here at the Hollyhocks, Grandma's old Hollyhocks flowers, and you can see they're starting to turn brown. Well, that's not from lack of rain necessarily. The plant is just mature, and They're pretty well past bloom stage. I mean, of course, there are still some blooms. But the crazy thing is, if you look, if you pull off one of the blooms, and you shake it around your hand, all the little black things in my hand there, each one of those is a seed. There are thousands and thousands of seeds here that are going to fall out. Probably a lot of them today when I turn the sprinkler on. But if we would get a rain, the ground will actually be just black from all the seed. It's kind of insane how much seed there actually is. So if we get to play dodge the sprinkler here, because I'm going to be watering where the spigot is. So turn on the sprinkler. Full blast, of course. Wait for it to go down. There we go. And stand here and watch it. Okay, it's coming back a little far. We'll adjust it in. It's pretty good there. Maybe just a little farther back. Actually, that's pretty good shape right there. There's no point in watering a bunch of the garden that doesn't need to be watered, you know. So right here, guys, these are our apple gourds that we planted kind of in this section over here by themselves, where we normally plant sweet corn, potatoes, that kind of stuff. But we decided this year, this was the pumpkin gourd area. And they are growing quite nicely. They're doing okay. We don't have any water on these, and I don't think we're going to right now. So we did water them. We watered them heavy when we planted them, but we haven't watered them since, and I'll explain why here in just a second. All right, so if you guys remember, the first planting of pumpkins was back here in the back of the garden, and yeah, you guys watching the live streams and stuff, I've been talking about how our pumpkins have not been doing well. Well, there's a dead one. There's a dead one. There's another dead one. So what we think our problem actually is, we think we have two problems. One is us. We overwatered. You would think when it's 100 degrees and no rain that these pumpkins would need water, but they kind of don't. They kind of don't. I don't know if it's a fungus issue or what exactly is going on, but we're pretty sure we overwatered them and they're rotting off at the ground. So we've had to do things like replanting hills right next to where we planted originally. So that was an original, actually that's probably even a replant. There was a hill there for pumpkins, and we replanted over here. We actually did some direct seeding, and we're having pretty good luck with the whole direct seeding thing, so we might do some more direct seeding next year. Normally we start them at home in pots and then bring them down. But if you look here, these are original plants. The one on the right does not look so hot. The one on the left looks pretty good. The one on the right kind of sucks. So let's keep walking here. Dad's back from spraying, by the way. I can hear him pulling in the yard right now. But like this one, probably not going to make it. Those two originals, probably not going to make it. This replant, pretty good. Another hill where the originals died. Replant's doing all right. These are originals. They're doing okay, but we've already lost, I think, 2 here. This is about the best original one that we have. One of the best. It's vining out. It's doing real good. Here's the replant hill with replants next to it. They didn't even come up. This one here is doing pretty good. If y'all don't believe how lousy these things are today, look how many of them are right there. Let's count. How many Japanese beetles do you see right now on the screen? Not to mention that big one right there. Man, it's ridiculous. Let's kill these bastards. There's another great big one right there. See him? It's time to kill these bastards. Alright, you guys, it is time for the Japanese beetles to meet their maker with some 7 bug spray. I know some people don't like using chemicals, blah, 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 blah. But honestly, guys, it's either use the chemicals or lose our asparagus. So we choose to use some chemicals. Now, we do also use this particular bug spray on our pumpkins. Although right now, we do not have any issues with bugs on the pumpkins, not yet anyway. So in due time we will, be using this on the pumpkins as well. But for right now, luckily we don't have to. So, and we got some really big grass in here. We need to clean up our asparagus patch a little bit, guys. Got some weeds. Big grass in here. See the grass right there? Lots of beetles. I'm just gonna nuke them all. So like I said, I know some of you guys may not like this, but it's what you have to do here on the farm sometimes, guys. Sometimes you just have to use chemicals. So basically, guys, what I'm trying to get at is we're not very happy with our pumpkin plants right now so far in the year. So what we're going to do next year is we're going to move our garden over here, which is on the other side of the farm, basically. See, grain bins are back there. And Dad owns this land, but he rents it out to the farmers. So what we're going to have the farmers do next year is leave us probably 100 feet or so of garden right here, and we'll plant a couple rows of pumpkins in that 100 feet. It goes all the way from basically the corn and then back here to kind of next to the grain bin. So that's what we're going to be doing next year, is moving the garden. We are going to plant rye in this patch most likely this fall. We've both decided that we really like doing the rye as our cover crop, so we're going to be planting it after these soybeans are harvested this fall. And by the way, these soybeans are looking fantastic. This is pretty good dirt here, so we shouldn't have any problems growing pumpkins here, and hopefully we should be okay to do that next year. Now, at one point in time, we did actually have pumpkins planted back here. The very first, I want to say 2 pumpkin parties, pumpkin days, whatever you want to call them, that we had, which was just family back then even. We did have pumpkins planted back here. We actually, at one time, right here, kind of behind these grain bins, you can see grain bin. At one point in time, we actually had grapes planted back here, but due to all of the spray from the farmers and whatnot, they did not really do anything ever. The chemicals that farmers use and grapes don't really get along, so we were unable to really do anything with them. I think we got grapes off of it one time, I think, and then we just gave up, honestly, and that was that. But we did also used to have a little pumpkin patch back here. We'd plant a couple of hills of pumpkins, but it's been years and years and years. We're thinking we got some kind of disease maybe in our soil, like a fungus or something going on over there. So it's time to go ahead and move the pumpkin plants out of there and just be done with growing them over there. So it will be kind of strange to see this not planted next year in row crop, which it'll be corn next year here. It'll be kind of strange not to see it, but that's okay for 100 feet or so. And should be interesting to move our garden, to move part of our garden over here. And then what is the pumpkin patch now over on the other side of the farm, we will actually let them plant it, or have them plant it, not let them, have them plant that side in corn next year, and probably whatever they plant the next year as well. We'll probably do this for 2, maybe 3 years, plant our pumpkins over here, and we just think it might be a little bit better way to go at it, and hopefully we won't have any issues like we're having next year. So there's that. Alright guys, that is going to be the end of this on the farm. I really do appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit that like button for more. Subscribe if you have not already done so. And as always, shaky camera shaky. Have a great day. Toodles.